All right, Xanafer, one of my first topics is going to be one that's going to be ongoing as well. Speaking of the outbreak, what's continued to spread out there. I don't know if I'm allowed to make those jokes yet.
I think I'd say that's probably on the safe side of the line.
Right,
I think you're good.
Better than like a phase line you could have dropped there.
Yeah, true.
So speaking of spread, we're going to talk about the ever-growing number of people out there in the Fortnite scene who are quitting/retiring. Actually, this past week we covered about a dozen Fortnite pros, and alongside them, some streamers and content creators all just packing bags and saying, "Yo, I'm done," and maybe not for the reason you would expect.
Yeah.
A lot of them citing burnout, loss of motivation, passion, the game competitively, just not, an esport.
Right, of course.
And we've already known those kind of things.
Uh-huh.
I just think it's wild. Everything going on during this crazy, crazy time. And within 7 days, literally on Twitter, every time you check, you just see these Fortnite pros saying, I'm
all at
done.
once. Everybody just saying like, you know what, now's the time to just call it.
During this epidemic/pandemic, whatever you want to call it. And I just wonder what the future of this game is. Now, obviously, notably, besides the top names of content creators and streamers who are taking breaks to play other games, these are not top pros yet. But at what point in time do we actually start covering top pros quitting Fortnite? I don't know if it's gonna happen. To play the good card of things.
That's fair. I mean, I would not be surprised if we see a couple of top pros drop from the scene. Probably not right now, because they definitely want to stay and keep their base.
Yeah.
Right now, especially if they're not competing a ton.
True.
Considering current circumstances. But I think a lot of people kind of saw this coming because Fortnite is a game that only has an esports scene that's so lively because the company throws so much money at it.
And we have seen so many pros attest to that. I mean, you see... to kind of go to your point, if you guys aren't frequent on Twitter, I've seen so many Apex pros and COD pros and CSGO pros this week reply like, the only reason you guys have an esport is because Epic Games' wallet has been wide open.
Exactly.
It's to the point where pros are actually complaining about a tournament only having $4 or $5 million total in prize pool.
Which is so much money. Like, I can't imagine complaining about the fact that I can only win 100K off of this event. How dare you? I'm not even going to show up. Not even worth my time.
Albeit, though, again, we always speak to the point of these guys being so young. And, I honestly do think that there's still going to be a gigantic future for Fortnite. It just, they do make fair points when it comes turn for competitively. We've only seen one LAN event this year. And when we hear about scrims and other events out there as well, we hear about, giant in-game issues that me and you probably would not know about.
Right, of course not.
If you're a Fortnite Pro player who puts all your time and effort into this and the game is just not getting better, and if you're not solely there for the fact that you can make some decent money and you don't want to play a game that's not improving, respect to you for moving on.
Yeah, I can always respect that choice for just calling it a day and, going to something that maybe works a little bit better for you.
I guess we'll end on this. The question is, though, if you're leaving Fortnite, let's say you're anywhere from 14 to 24 years old, you're making decent money, like you said, content-wise with Fortnite. That's where the viewership and probably where a lot of their fan bases are. If they are making content, that's where the prize pool is. If you're quitting Fortnite right now, where are you going?
See, the thing is, I don't know if they're going anywhere. They might just stick to Fortnite and just stick to content and then do side stuff on occasion.
Yeah.
Because I think Fortnite has a lot more legs as a content game as opposed to a huge esport. Because at some point, Epic's going to have to stop just throwing money at it.
At some point.
Yeah.
And I think we're still a long ways away.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I would agree. It's so weird that we're in a point where these players are quitting competitive, retiring maybe from competitive. They're probably going to still be making content because they realize, okay, Epic Games is on like this downward spiral, but they're still offering a lot more than any other game.
Exactly, right? And there's still that huge audience on YouTube who's more than happy to watch somebody just play some Fortnite and chill.
Yeah. I wonder at this point, will there ever be an Epic Games rival that, comes onto the scene within 3 years almost spending $100 million for prize pools? And
Roblox, eSports, let's hit it.
Minecraft,
yeah.
It's going to be something wild.
Farming sim, let's go.
All right.
John Deere is going to get involved.
Farming Simulator eSports. Anyway, guys, Fortnite pros and content creators continue to retire and quit. We will see where they go next and if they ever actually officially do leave. How long is Fortnite really going to be around?